Hello and welcome to this video. We got to talk about Suffolk County Transit bus crash in Riverhead, and this is one of the more worst Suffolk County Transit crashes that have happened. And it's interesting that it happened after this whole redesign, and you can see where it happened. At the corner of Griffin Avenue and Court Street, it snapped a pole, knocking out power, and crashed into a building. So you got to wonder how fast that bus was going. So there's two stories. News 12 did cover this. I'm going to read the Riverhead local one first. It says 6 injured, none seriously, in Suffolk County Transit bus in Riverhead Friday afternoon. Let's see if we can get that looks like that was the 62 bus that crashed. So it was a Suffolk Bus Corp bus, and it looks like it's 70, one of the new flyers, I think, which is not good because Suffolk County is already short buses. And now the front of that bus looks pretty smashed up. Hit that building, and we don't know why it happened. Can't really get the bus number from that picture, but let's go ahead and read the article here. It says a Suffolk County Transit bus collided with another vehicle on Griffin Avenue this afternoon. All right, so it was a multi-vehicle accident. So we don't know if the bus was cut off or not. We don't know who is at fault at this point. It's way too early to tell. But a Suffolk County Transit bus collided with another vehicle on Griffin Avenue this afternoon, snapped a utility pole, and crashed into a brick office building on the corner of Griffin Avenue and Court Street, injuring 6 people. The bus driver and 4 passengers on the bus sustained minor injuries in the crash. The driver of the other involved vehicle also had minor injuries. Both drivers and 3 passengers were transported to Peconic Bay Medical Center for treatment. The crash occurred shortly after 3 p.m. It knocked out power in the immediate area and closed portions of Griffin Avenue and Court Street to traffic. 8 customers remain without power, with an estimated restoration time of 2 a.m., according to PSCG. Star Confectionery proprietor Anthony Mares was in his vehicle at the light at the intersection of Roanoke and Railroad Avenues when he saw what he described as the flash of an explosion over on Griffin Avenue. He turned west on Railroad Avenue to see what happened and snapped a photo of the bus on the sidewalk with the front of the bus into the corner of the building and utility pole. The bus, a Suffolk County Transit Route 62 bus, provides service between Patchogue and Peconic Bay Medical Center in Riverhead. Riverhead Police, Riverhead Fire Department, Riverhead Fire Marshal's Office, and Riverhead Ambulance and several other ambulance agencies responded to the scene. The accident is still under investigation. So, this is very bad. And, this is a bad spot to put the buses, right? We don't know if it was because of it, but, this is pretty bad. So let's go to the News 12 story now, because News 12 covered this as well, which I'm really surprised. News 12's actually been doing a halfway decent job covering news lately, which is kind of surprising. So let's play this News 12 story.
Hi, everyone, and thanks for joining us. We start with breaking news tonight in Riverhead. A Suffolk Transit bus slammed into a power pole, injuring at least 5 people. The crash knocked out some of the power to Town Hall and disabled some of the Riverhead Police Department's phone lines. News 12's Kevin Vesey's live at the scene right now. Kev, tell us what you know.
Yeah, Kevin, and it really must have been terrifying being on board that bus when this crash happened. Take a look behind me. You can see just how dramatic of a scene this must have been. Look at that utility pole suspended up in the air. This bus apparently slamming into that utility pole with such force that it knocked it off of its base.
The bus should not be driving that fast in that area. The
bus then continued on to crash into that building right over there. So this all happened at the corner of Court Street and Griffin Avenue here in downtown Riverhead. According to the Riverhead town supervisor, 5 people on board that bus were hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries. Now, the supervisor says the crash temporarily knocked out some of the power to Town Hall. It also disabled the main desk phone line for the Riverhead Police Department. Listen to what the supervisor had to say.
It damaged the pole, it damaged the transformer, it caused a shortage of electricity within the area, and it affected some of town hall operations temporarily for a very short period of time.
I guess they were able to reroute the power around it.
So if you need to contact the Riverhead Town Police Department, you still can do that. Just call 911 in order to get in touch with them. The town supervisor says that the driver of the bus swerved to get out of the way of another vehicle, and that's why the crash happened. Of course, that information's still preliminary, and the fire marshal and utility crews are on the scene right now.
It looks like it's I don't think it's one of the 2020 New Flyers. I can't really tell from that video. But we'll show you where it happened. And again, it happened over here, Court Street and Griffin Avenue. So this is the spot right here it happened. Now, the buses used to stop over here. But now they have a bus stop over here. So the bus stops have been moved to this area here, I believe. They're all over here now. So it's a big mess. The street is not a good spot for a bus stop. They should be moved back to the train station. So you can see you can see all the bus stops. They're on this street right here. This is terrible. Why did they put the bus stops here? I'm not saying, I think this was a factor in this accident. The bus stops should be by the train station. That's where it should be. There's plenty of room to have it by the train station, and it's wider, and there's more room for it. I mean, you have this whole area here. Why not put the bus stop over here? This makes perfect. Yeah, you'll have to get rid of some spaces, but hardly anyone parks there. Put the bus stop over here. This makes more sense than where they put it. So let's look at so this was a 62 bus, and it looks like it was. Let's see if we look at the picture here. Let's see if we can pull that picture up again for you. I wish I could get a little closer, get the bus number, but it's 62. I'm not sure if it was going west or east. I think it's going west. It says Smith Haven Mall on it. So you can see the front of the bus there crumpled up pretty bad. And this is a problem because Suffolk is short of buses. So now there's probably going to have to be another ARBOC out there. And like I said, I hope that when Romaine takes over that they get some secondhand buses from the city stat, all right, because this is not acceptable. Right now we're down a bus. We can't afford to be down any buses at all. I mean, it may get to the point where they may have to drive the bus around smashed up like that. I don't know. I'd rather be on a smashed up bus than riding an ARBOC. Just the front's smashed. It still drives. I'm sorry, but now you know I've been riding nice bus too long. But anyway, because, we can drive it home with one headlight. That's the way I think now. But anyway, so let's... So it happened over here in this area. So this is where the bus stops are now, all right? So I'm not sure if the bus... Let's see if we click this route here. What's the route is this? This blue line here. What route is this? That is the 62. So the 62 does a loop. So I think the 62 was going like this. Yeah, it was going like this. But how did it wind up in that spot? You're just looking at the picture here. So it looks like the 62 was going from the south and then making a left. No, what may have happened is it had a swerve to avoid the car. So I think what wound up happening was the 62 was going north on this road here. It was coming from the south, and this car pulled out in front of it, and it had a swerve really quick and lost control. I remember we had a little bit of light rain falling, so things were very slippery at the time. So that's probably what happened, because I don't think the 62 normally would make a left over there. So I can't really get the bus number. Don't know what it is. It looks like this bus will be able to be fixed, and I think it needs to be a priority. Get that bus fixed. The front door is a little messed up there, but body shop can have that fixed in a week, hopefully, and they do get it fixed because Suffolk is very short buses, and we can't afford to have any buses down, as far as I'm concerned. So obviously, this is probably not the bus driver's fault. This car probably pulled out in front of the bus, and it looks like the car is barely damaged at this point. So I don't know if it actually hit the car. So this jerk in the car probably pulled out in front of the bus. People do that all the time, and caused this accident. So there you go. So and imagine if it was an ARBOC. That's another thing. If it was an ARBOC, the situation for the people inside would be a lot different. I mean, I think all the ARBOCs need to be pulled off the road. I think Ed Romaine, when he was county executive, needs to have these ARBOCs pulled off the road. You can get secondhand buses. I'm sure the MTA has some. You can get. I don't know how many you'd need, but you can get them, and I'm sure the MTA would give a very low price or a fair price for them, because this could have been a lot worse had it been an ARBOC. So luckily, it's okay. But this car pulled out in front of the bus, and the bus had a swerve. So that's the thing. Now normally the 62 wouldn't be in that spot. Normally, the old 62 route would come up this way and then make the left over here. All right. But instead it went this way, and we'll show you where it crashed again on the street view, so where that picture was taken. is right here. Right here, right at this intersection. This is the pole that came down. So you have two circuits on that pole right there, and two distribution circuits. And you'll see here, this is the building it hit right here. So, yeah, this is the pole here. So this pole, it has to be replaced. So that's why it's going to take a little time for the power to come back. I guess they were able to reroute it around this area. Yeah, there's a recloser right there. But yeah, so this is where it happened here. Pretty bad Suffolk County Transit bus. Let's see if we can find any more information on this before I end this video here. All right, we'll just do this, and I'll hit news. Let's see. All right. Doesn't seem like there's... All right. Whoa, unruly Long Island man carried off county. But I didn't even see this one. Let's see. An unruly Bayshore man was carried from a Suffolk County Transit bus on Wednesday. So it was an unruly, but I guess this looks like North Road Norker, so it was on the 92. See, the police came, and yeah, look at this. Officers responded and made contact. See, that's what, they stopped the bus and they got the guy under arrest. Why didn't that happen with me? That's because that's Southampton Town Police. That's why, apparently. So different police policies, different bus drivers. But anyway, I think we'll wrap it up here. So, yeah, this is not a good situation. It's not. It just adds to a fleet shortage that's already pretty bad. It looks like the bus number might be 7027 or 7023. But yeah, they are down a bus, and that's not a good thing with this bus shortage going on. So, if you ride the 62, you might be stuck with an ARBOC. Like I said, I think the county needs to really get rid of the ARBOCs like immediately. Because again, if this happened in an ARBOC, it would have been a lot worse. I don't feel safe riding those things. They need to be off the road like now. All right, just get some buses. You can get to the MTA. You'll probably get them tomorrow. Get them in a couple of days. And they have buses that are drivable that are sitting in yards in the city. You can get. But anyway, let's. Well, actually, that bus is drivable. It's just smashed up in the front. See, now I know I spent too much time at Nice now. Because hey, if it runs, it's a little smashed up. It runs. Just keep going. I don't think they do that in Suffolk County. Nice might, or EBT might, but not Suffolk Bus Corp. But hopefully they get that bus fixed like as soon as possible. Anyway, so the other thing that we'll have for you, just if we go to the Suffolk County Transit website here, is that the good news is the Route 80 will now be serving the Route 80, and they call this the Riverhead Circulator now. So this is the new timetable now that they're going to have, and so they're calling it the Riverhead Circulator. So it looks like it's going to be redesigned as the Riverhead Circulator. So they are changing the way this route runs now, and it's going to serve Calverton Hills. So that's very good. So there you go. So what can I say? I put it in the Microsoft Word format. That's it. Suffolk County Transit, bad accident. And thank God no one was seriously hurt. If there was an ARBOC involved, it could have been a lot worse. So it's just another reason why these ARBOCs need to be gone. All right, they need to be gone. I hope Ed Romaine makes that a priority on his first day of office. I know I would. So anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching.